I'm you off of Overwatch League. My name is Zarathustra. I am joined by my co-caster Juice or Shadow. Say hello.
Hello.
And we are joined by our beautiful camera woman, beautiful cameraman Fox M.
Good evening, friends.
He will be joining us this evening, and we're looking forward to a great match tonight between Zenphony No.5, our #1 ranked right now in the seeding, and followed by Pebbles and Paradise. That's who they will be facing off against. We are setting up the lobby now, almost ready. I do not believe that we have flipped for a map yet. So, Juice, I'm going to let you turn this over while I do some delegations. What do you expect to see most out of this match tonight? You know, who are the key players?
I'm actually really hyped to see Nerf Yoda in here because I see him as a good player, and putting him on Pebble over here is going to be really good. Mr. Trifecta, Shishifoof. I'm not too familiar with Sauce Boss or Sam DeWham, but I know that those four players in Triage are good players. So it's gonna be cool to see this super tank heavy Zenphony playing against that.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the tanks for Zenphony are pretty poggers right there. Iron Brew and Hefty are both very high up there on tank play, so it's going to be down to supports being able to keep those guys alive, and then Popmaster and Ejinx getting some frags, so...
Yeah, and then Popmaster and Ejinx. Popmaster played May, I think, in the first game, and he was blocking shatters, freezing everybody. He was doing really good, so Zenphony No.5 is just a strong team in general.
Yeah, no, they're very, very strong, and Ejinx used to be known for one of our few diamond DPS players on HitScan, being one of our Widowmaker specialists. But he had to take basically like 8 or 9 months off, so he got very rusty. But he's bringing it back, so he's still playing DPS, and he's a strong player. He's still nothing.
Do you know what Shishifoof plays for? Pebble? Does he play support or damage?
Shishifoof, I think, is playing DPS for them.
DPS?
Yes, Shushi is playing DPS currently.
I've seen Shishifoof support, and it's pretty good.
Shishifoof used to be a Zen main, then backed away and started playing a lot of DPS stuff when he got his aim a lot better.
Good. The world could use a few less Zen mains.
Okay, well, we lost our person, so it looks like we're good to go, though, so I'm going to leave it over to you guys.
Waiting on...
King Pebbles coming back?
Waiting on the map choice right now.
I just imagine King Pebble, like, sprinting.
Yeah, rushing to his computer. They got 1 minute.
No warm-up, doesn't need it.
Right. So our first map is going to be Nepal tonight. That is the first control we will see.
I guess I'm no longer needed.
Sorry, buddy.
No, it's good. It's fine. It's good.
But
it's fine.
I mean, you can still play Overwatch.
There's a lot of that going on.
I'm just gonna hang out in here now because now John got off, so I'm just gonna hang out in here and just mute my mic.
All right, sounds good.
I'm actually. Ooh, let me jump back in.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Too. Hell's yeah.
All right, we ready to go?
We are ready to go. I will get ours from the captains. I got 1, 2. Okay, no, 1. R from...
I'm actually really excited. I think this is actually a good lineup here for Zenphony to actually win this one. I know Pebbles is in the lead right now, but I think Zenphony might have a chance here. I think that this is the team tank lineup that they were looking for. Hefty and Iron Brew, I think, are some of the best tanks that we have right now in the league. So I'm hoping to watch them get a lot of frags, make a lot of space with monkey ball play.
All right, we have 2 Rs, and we are starting it up. Here we go. As we now travel to Nepal, we will be starting on the Sanctum, I believe it's called. Off the top of my head.
Yes, that is correct. This is Sanctum.
Sanctum. So the Pit of Death is in play. I would not be surprised if we see some Orisa Roadhog play coming out, maybe some Lucios on both sides.
Oh, I know Iron Brew. This is his Death Spider trap. Iron Brew likes to hide in that little bottom point.
Like, and guaranteed to see a ball.
Yeah,
for sure.
He'll roll out through this area. If you're watching the stream, he'll roll out through this area and pop through them and get the kills. It's silly. It's so obnoxious. In fact, you know, I need to change this stream title. I'm so sorry. I did not do that.
So we do see Orisa Hog coming out on the side of Pebbles. We have May and McCree for the DPS, as well as Lucio and Baptiste coming out on the side of supports. On the other side now, we do see a Monkey Ball comp, a little bit of a divey comp with Reaper and Tracer, as well as Moira and Baptiste. So we'll see as we start the fight. Iron Brew going ahead, going forward with his Tracer, trying to get some early flanks going. So we see they're all kind of grouping up to the top. They have been spotted. We have a small fight happening up top as Iron Brew gets hooked and taken down by Mr. Trifecta. Nice hook there. Triash taking out Popmaster there. As we see now, Pebbles kind of taking an early lead here with 2 quick picks, 3 quick picks, 4. So looks like this is going to be an easy, wow, great hook combo there, usage with the Orisa Halt there. And just taking an early take on that point.
Man, Mr. Trifecta is Sam to wham. Popping off right there.
They are definitely, the Halt hook combo definitely working in their favor right now. As Hefty's trying to take a little bit of poke damage here. Trying not to get too much as they try to regroup here. Zenphony try to take this next fight.
All right,
that's going to be a...
We're hyping it up. We were expecting the ball play. We see Iron Brew right away switching over to the Hog. What do you think that's going to be like?
I'm more worried about this Winston who's about to get his ult right now. I think that's going to be the real boop. If he can make a big play with that, they just need to get past the choke.
Just saw him go down there too. Another big pick there. Those Halt hooks really coming in handy. Mr. Trifecta just popping off on that Roadhog. Hasn't missed a hook.
Iron Brew with his ult already, even though he swapped early.
Yeah,
that's huge.
He's getting big value.
Yep.
And we can see he's on point right now.
Oh, you can tell Hefty wanted that monkey play there. he was looking at it and salivating.
Hefty's probably going to have to switch, unfortunately. I don't think the monkey pick is a play right now. There's just nothing to dive in Sanctum.
Oh, here he goes.
He's going to try and make something out of it.
Not going to get a lot of value, unfortunately. And
he is... Here comes Iron Brew with his ult. Big stick there, but a huge Emort, as we see Shushuku taking out Popmaster with his Deadeye there. Chris Helms coming in with a Coalescence, as it looks like Zenphony's trying to get a couple of big crucial picks as this clock is starting to wind down.
Yeah, already at 90%.
There's a big hook on Shushy there, so the picks were made there that Zenphony could turn this point. And now they take their time on the point. As we see
Hefty apparently not happy with the hook.
I've got chat hidden, so to avoid all
said it was from 9 miles away. So.
Excess vulgarity.
You got hooked from Ilios. Really smart play by that May to wall off the Reinhardt.
And a huge bomb from Eugene coming out, the triple kill, taking out both supports as well as one of the DPS there. As it looks like Pebbles is going to have to back off here, really reset. Trifecta getting caught out as well, so this will be a full reset on the side of Pebbles. A huge bomb there from Ejinx. Great play.
Yeah, that was actually a surprise that it got a 3K with that one. Didn't look like it was going to be that way. It looks like the supports grouped up a little bit in panic and fear.
And Shushifu taking back some vengeance there on Ejinx as they are pushing in from the far right side.
Looking out for a big shatter here.
We have Freeze coming out. Not really catching as much as they want. It did catch Hefty, who does end up going down to Mr. Trifecta's whole hog as they are cleaning up now. Just Ejinx on point and able to touch, and it is in overtime now.
This is looking pretty rough for Zenphony. Oh, Popmaster popping
up.
Oh!
Oh my god!
The 4K boop to save it and team kill.
All right, POG just happened.
No, and Iron Brew definitely says no. My point, as he literally clears to that point.
Wow! I've never seen that. I've never.
Shatter from Hefty.
And the shatter to keep him away.
I'm not sure if that's going to be quite enough. They do get one. Trifecta switching to the ball there to try to stall out to get the overtime in. And I'm not sure if it's going to be quite enough.
I've never seen that,
overtime.
boys. What the
Over-
fuck?
Oh, man.
What?
Yeah, that was absolutely. He just got the backpack, put the team in it, said thanks for the 2 kills, Reaper. I got the rest.
0-1. Ready for
And
battle.
Pebble had 99%, and
Yeah,
everybody was gone. If he didn't get that, that would have been the round.
Yeah, I can't believe that. I've never seen that in my entire life.
I almost wish I could have been in that comms, those
Yeah.
comms, just to hear what was said. Well, after a thrilling first point, let's still play this map. Let's go to the second one. That was
Yeah.
insane. So we see Hefty and Ironbrew going to the traditional Rhine Zarya with a McCree and Reaper, Baptiste and Moira. Excuse me, Ash and Reaper. So we see the same thing on the side of Pebbles. Sam Dwayne and Mr. Trifecta coming out on that Rhine Zar. Still sticking with the May, but they did swap to a Reaper as we have the same supports at Baptiste and Lucio.
That's
Pebbles
interesting.
going to be...
Ejix,
yeah, it is
Ejix
very
is going
interesting.
for the he's going for the hit scan here. And this is not a hit scan benefiting map in most cases. Even with Ash with the area damage, this is a tough map to play hit scan. So,
Oh, absolutely.
and as I say that, of course he gets a pick. So hey,
Mr.
They
Trifecta
are
taking
even.
down Hefty.
They are even here as you see Pebbles taking the point first. Same to Wham taking out Ejinx, playing his own hit scan with his E.
yeah, hit scan with that projectile fire strike. A lot of little pokes just going on here, but unfortunately it's gonna fall into the way of Shushifu or on
Crazy pin
Pebbles.
right there.
But
So we see both walls now being activated, and Shushi being taken down as... I'm sorry, my camera angle's bad. But we see Zenphony taking this point now after a 32% first hold there from Pebbles, as it looks like Pebbles is trying to take this high ground back now. As Hefty's going for it. Looks like to be a sneaky shatter. Keep your eye on Hefty here.
I'm watching him.
But it doesn't look like they're going to come that way,
Yep.
which is unfortunate. I wanted to see that one.
And unfortunately, they actually had to use they used healing boost instead of the speed boost. So
That could prove beneficial as Hefty catches 2 in his slam.
Shadow the May's gonna heal that though.
So we see kind of even on both sides right now.
Oh,
Oh
A big
my
slam
God.
from Sam to win there.
Sam
Wow.
put Hefty down. He was
what
about
a
to get pinned.
risky slam. Yeah, that's so risky. Good for
He
him
was
though.
a pixel.
That
from
was.
getting that
He was. He was literally a pixel from getting owned.
Ooh.
Good play right there.
Yeah, I was thinking Hefty shut it down. I was gonna freak out about that.
So we see Pebbles able to swap this point with now being ahead on percentage. So about the same on both takes. As Hefty starts showing himself first here on point as they all drop down. Zenphony drops down.
That immortality was not placed perfectly, so it got beaten down pretty quick, unfortunately.
Shushi using his ult, catching 2. Both supports down for the side of Zenphony. And Zenphony does decide to use Bob here.
Might be a
It
little
looked like
preemptive.
somebody booped the alting Reaper.
He
Yeah.
did. Did give
Ash?
boost.
Pushed him into a better position, unfortunately.
Yes.
Unfortunately, so it was the Lucio. It was Triad.
Hefty is winning the Reinhardt ultimate battle right now, so hopefully we'll get a really big shatter coming out.
Yeah, we
They
do
do have 2 really good ults to shut a Reinhardt down. They got the beat and the... Oh my...
Only catches Sauce Boss. It's a big beat.
We're both going down.
Now it's a Q Fest.
Both windows out.
Taken down. Great
Sauce
building,
Boss,
taking down
popping with the
Ejinx on
May.
Sauce. It's going to be a come down to the last brawl here, as it looks like Pebbles will take this map. And they do,
1-1.
so we are going to a third map here. So we go to the Shrine in Nepal. This map can be very unforgiving.
1-1.
Does anyone know where to put it on the health bars
Ready for
as the
battle.
inspector? Spectator. Is that in gameplay?
I think it's in gameplay.
It might actually be in yours. Oh no, no, that would definitely be mine. Controls, you know, is what it is. Let's see.
Yeah, controls, hero, allied health bars always, and show friendly outlines. I think.
2,
I
1.
think that might be it.
Round
Let's see.
All right, we got Hefty back on the Winston and Iron Brew back on the ball. Popmaster swapped the man, actually gave it to E-Jinx here.
Boom. Sorry about that, boys.
No, you're fine. So we do see Hefty trying to use that Winston a little bit more. And the Maywall catching out Sam DeWim here. He could be going down. The Emor does come out from the side of King Pebble, though.
The objective
The
is
Shushi move does take out E-Jinx there. Sam DeWim charging in, not catching anybody here. Shushi taking out Hefty, so Shushi really showing some value out of that Reaper.
This is a better dive map. Both dive tanks can get out of a lot of situations that we just saw Iron Brew get out of that situation with that Mei right there. There's an ability to punch in and jump out very quickly, but with that Reaper still, he's very deadly. You gotta be careful about him.
Look out for Hefty's monkey ult coming in right here.
Yeah, he got big value actually right there. They kind of shoved them all
Looks
together.
like they're gonna get a quick retake.
Alright, only getting about 20% there for the side of King Pebble, so a really good retake there as they were trying to catch him on the heels of that reset.
Yeah, Iron Brew and Hefty are playing a super aggressive game. They're trying to make space aggressively versus kind of the traditional dive where you're trying to force mistakes. Instead, they're playing for it for the win. You see
Right.
Iron Brew, I mean, he's in there. He's literally fighting in their team, trying to get hits.
Yeah, the E-Jinx got up there with a really big freeze right there, so Hefty could get into the back line and dive.
Yep, and they're both tanks
Hefty's
going
monkey
in.
already with 60% ult.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but Iron Brew activated his mines and actually killed the Lucio with them before he could get the beat off. So a wasted beat on the side of King Pebble. That could prove to be pretty deadly for them.
Yeah, they isolated 5 of them up top. I mean, tank wins.
So we see 4 ults online now for the side of Zenphony, 3 on the side, almost 5, excuse me, on the side of King Pebble. So I'll probably see some Qs pop out here.
We got the Popmaster and Hefty up in the top left corner right now for some kind of a sneaky play.
As they do pop the Blizzard to try to catch him out.
It's a whole fiasco.
Here are the Qs. Shushi taking
Shushi
out
Foop
E-Jinx.
coming out on top with the Iron Brew kill. Oh, he got kill on Chris Helms.
Popmaster coming up with his own
Yeah.
and says,
With his
my Death
response.
Blossom is better. Shushi cleaning up with Sauce there on point. As Grey Pilgrim gets taken out by Shushi, and it is... They have yet to take the point. They have... Okay, there we go. Now they have people on point. And King Pebble, or Pebbles in Paradise have yet to take this point, as it is now going to tick into overtime on the side of Zenphony. And another Death Blossom there for Shushi. Iron Brew coming in with his mines there.
Огонь по готовности.
Mr. Trifecta popping his grab to try to stall some time. As Pebbles in Paradise will flip that point after a hard-fought fight. Now, Shushi did charge an ult in that fight alone. Which did prove to be pretty useful.
He got so much
They do
tank
have the
damage
beat.
in.
They do have a beat and a Blizzard here.
2
Let's
great
see- let's
defensive
see if they can-
ults. So
Let's see if they can keep that going before Zenphony number 5 gets their ults online.
Honestly, we're gonna have to see the kill on Shushi Fu or one of the other DPS. The DPS are generally losing the duel
Yep.
from Zenphony, so they've gotta at least even it out or get a cheeky pick here. Otherwise, it's gonna be a tough
Definitely.
win.
see Iron Brew making the swap to Hog here.
不洗澡。
Trying to do that exact thing.
E-Jinx coming out with his freeze, but Triage denying any equity. As Sauceboss comes in now with his freeze. Gonna catch probably Iron Brew out here, which he does. King Pebble taking out Chris Helms and Sam DeWim taking out Pop.
I believe Triage beat it,
Yeah.
He
but
did.
he didn't get it
did
off.
beat. He did beat. So, great use of ults there on the side of King Pebble to deny any equity out of the ults of Zenphony. So, they do keep holding this point. So we have
want a
one
bandage
more
for
push
that?
here, probably, maybe two if they're lucky, on the side of Zenphony to try to take this map.
It's definitely a one push, and you see Iron Brew. He's going to be looking for the frag. He's going to look for the early kill on this
Yeah.
Reaper. If he can catch him, he can win the fight. Hefty's going to go back to the Monkey, too. Risky. Goes for the sport. Misses the
He's about to have his
insta-kill.
ultimate. Angry Monkey's online. It's a really good ult just for point presence. Here comes, denied the back wall completely.
Shushifu does go down by Iron Brew.
That was the key pick right there.
That was a key pick, and they are even right now. Iron Brew taking out Sam to Wham. A big grab coming out from Mr. Trifecta, but there's not much follow-up here.
They
As
don't
Hefty
have the
does
burst
take out
damage.
Triage, Popmaster taking out King Pebble.
They don't have the burst damage.
They don't, but they do end up. Ooh, well, they are going to end up flipping the point, and overtime will tick down. So Zenphony number 5 will take the first map in a very well-placed few ults in that last fight. And as we see the play of the game, I expected nothing less.
Alright, let's watch this. Ridiculousness, yeah, from down bottom. Boom!
Oh my goodness.
And he lives.
Oh man,
kill.
I might have messed up on the stream. I'm sorry, boys. I had already
Oh,
switched
no.
over like a dummy.
Oh no.
I missed it, but it is clipped. It's
But
been clipped.
Iron Brew did say awkward as ball right there.
To be expected.
So we do see Shushifu taking over team damage with 33% at 17k. I mean, Shushi did play a really, really nice match there. And especially right there at the end of Nepal on Shrine, I thought it was a very, very nice match. So very even on both sides, I'd say.
Hefty's got a weird playstyle with Winston. He wasn't doing anything too crazy other than being on point. So you can't ignore him, but they have to take care of him. And he wasn't getting focused too much. I think he had his ult every other fight.
Yeah, I mean, running those meta type DPS, and even really right now they're not super meta, depending on what the rank is. Those heroes just get a lot of value, and Winston right now is difficult to play into those kinds of heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Those kinds of heroes get punished by a lot of long range damage and things like that that can really push into you before you can get your value. But it's harder when, you know, those heroes don't exist, so Winston doesn't get the same kind of value because he's got to get in close no matter what.
Okay, so Volskaya will be our next map for the assault.
Mic off.
Anything is possible with more BAP heals, though. Because if you watched health bars whenever the teams were going into each other, they were just staying at mid. Baptiste wall's coming up all over the place, too.
Now I'm just changing the lineups around.
Mic
so
on.
they fit the overlay.
You know, as a recent discoverer of this, I actually think that a support that would be very strong for us would be Brigida. I'm surprised that Brigida is not being played, especially with Chris Helms being in the game. Brigida is so strong at shutting down Mei and Reaper. Not only does she want to brawl just like they do, and her armor output helps with the Mei little trickle damage as well as the Reaper's individual damage, her ability to stun someone and push them away really makes her a super viable support in a lot of these situations.
Yeah, as meta as Mei and Reaper are, and as close as they have to get.
Yeah, I mean, Brigida just gets so much value. Yeah, the lamp is amazing. I mean, it's still one of the best abilities in the game, and Moira just has such a huge output, but when Brigida is literally never not healing you, that's a pretty strong thing, as DPS are coming in and out of fights and peeking corners, and then suddenly they get, 30 seconds, or 3 seconds of 30 health per second. I mean, that's a lot. that adds up over time that they can really do a lot of damage. And for a hero like Winston, even though he does really benefit from burst healing, if he's playing his game correctly, he can do a lot by just avoiding the damage and letting the Brigitte kind of help him.
All right, so we are on to map 2. If you're just now tuning in, Zenphony No.5 did take that first map on Nepal. They did win 2-1. We do now move to Volskaya Industries. Now let's talk about this map a little bit. What are your guys' favorite comps you see come out on these comps? Do you like to see Brawly? Do you like to see Dive, Bunkerish?
I really like pulled pork on defense with a really good hit scan. You can just sit and choke all day. Somebody hops up top.
Ready for battle.
Let's say come out with something quick, like a quick pick. So it kind of makes them pick something that's a little bit more divey.
I like seeing Far Rein Zarya if I had to choose a composition. I think that Rein Zarya on the attack actually is pretty strong for getting through the first thing, and the Far can provide so much.
We're actually going to see Rein Zarya right now from Zenphony No.5.
Heck yeah.
Zenphony No.5 is pulling out the Rein Zarya. They are
and the Far. I'm
Reaper.
telling you. That's the play right there for that attack.
So I play with Hefty quite a bit, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do here on Reinhardt. Because he likes to pin immediately and push the person off the ledge way there in the back. You know the Reddit Ryan play?
Yeah, I know the one.
So consistently he does it every time. So I'm interested to see if he's going to show restraint here or if he's actually going to do it. They do have an Orisa.
They do have pulled pork on the side of the defense and Pebbles, and a big pick there coming on Grey Pilgrim. Wow, just thwarting that push. Well, Ejinx now taking advantage of that. Really evening the field here, so we are even.
That's a good reverse pick, actually. The attacking side, of course, benefits from the kills, more so than the defense does, so...
Sam the Wham taking down there by Potmaster. Ejinx taking out Mr. Trifecta, so no tanks. Shushi going down as well, and Sauceboss as Zenphony is just going to clean up this point right now.
I hope to see a good hit scan to deal with this Pharah. It's a little bit harder to do on time. Yep, Shushi Foo switching to
there's Shushi switching to the McCree there.
We also saw Troyash switch from Zenyatta to Moira.
Right.
So even with that opening pick that happened there, they still managed to take the point fairly easily.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough.
They got rid of the speed after they had already engaged.
And Shushi being traded there after he took down Hefty. Ejinx taking out Triad. They just that Pharah is just having free range right now. Ironbrew taking down Sam to Wham. As we see the wall come out on the side of El Dorado. Ejinx taking down Mr. Trifecta and Sauceboss being taken down by Potmaster. So it looks like they might have an easy second cap here.
There it is.
And they definitely do. 5 minutes and 23 seconds.
Yeah, one fight for each of them.
A very, very, very quick attack here.
It's really cool to see Zenphony with the Rein Zarya. If you pay attention, the Rein and the Zarya are constantly in the front, even with the aggressive the Reaper. You got two aggressive healers with the Lucio and the Bat. It's nice to see them taking the blunt of everything. Just face tank and honestly not even using shields.
Exactly.
Just bubbles and hammers all day.
The Lucio is what enables that kind of comp, and that's why I think on Volskaya, for attack, it's very strong. Honestly, if you're going to play Volskaya and you want to use like a pulled pork style, you actually need to stand near the forklift over here. If you're watching on the channel, you've got to stand in this area where you've got two different things and you can back up to the mega. If you try to play near truck, it's very easy for Rein Zarya with the Lucio speed to rush into you and start ignoring your shield. And especially, and this is why I think that attack with the Pharah is really strong, the Pharah takes either this angle or the above angle and just does so much damage.
We got Ejinx on a Widowmaker right now.
Wow, and we'll see how that works out. So we have the Widowmaker and the Reaper. We have Ball Ryan and Moira Bap. So it's weird.
And we have Triage over here on his third healer of the round or the map. Sorry.
He did make the swap over to Ana. King Pebble sticking on that Baptiste. Rein Zarya still sticking with Sam DeWayne and Mr. Trifecta, and a Doomfist and Soldier coming out.
I do like the Ana. I do like the Ana to help deal with the ball a little bit better.
Absolutely.
This might be just comfort picks.
Ironbrew is just a menace.
It could be comfort picks, which can be even more menacing at times.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a comfort picks zone.
Ejing's trying to fire down range. Did take out the Emort field from King Pebble.
He's just trying to get value with the long range sight line. It's not really that long, honestly. It's better like Hanzo's sight line, but Ejing's is very strong, so he'll get value whether
Oh, absolutely.
it's shorter. And especially knowing that they're not going to play dive tanks. Sam DeWham and Mr. Trifecta have not yet shown that they're willing to play dive tanks, so
Absolutely not.
playing a sniper.
I'm not sure exactly what Sam can play. I know Mr. Trifecta can pull out some Winston, you know, some of those more divey tanks. I'm not so much on ball, but Diva for sure
is
as well.
strong, yeah.
Absolutely. See, Ejing's popping sights there for the next few seconds.
Iron Brew is asleep on the top. Taking a quick
We do
nap.
have a Rhine Shatter coming up from Hefty right now, so let's see if he can get a big slam. And
Oh,
it's
it's
3 down.
Massive. It
enormous.
is disgusting.
He died for it, but here comes Iron Brew with the follow-up. Taking
Yeah.
out Mr. Trifecta.
That'll be all
Or
they need.
Ejing took out Trifecta.
There we go. One more kill for the team kill. It looks like May will not get out. Never mind.
Every second that ticks down for Pebbles, it's just making that 5 minutes and 23 seconds look even dauntier.
Yep.
Dauntier.
Absolutely. So we
In
see
a
a
really
full
bad
regroup
spot.
coming in. Full regroup coming in on the side of King Pebbles' team as they make their way again. Ejing's firing down range.
For the aggressive play there, didn't get anything, so he's going to have to reposition quick.
Iron Brew taking out Mr. Trifecta early. And a big,
Ooh.
a big anti death blossom there from Sam DeWham. King Pebble taking out 2.
Ooh,
As
Ejing's
Ejing
with the
takes him
bad
out.
teeth.
And now we see trying
It's a
to just keep pushing in.
But now it's a 2v4, so Iron Brew probably going to clean up easily here without any
Absolutely.
supports.
And a nice play there from Iron Brew being able to take out Sam DeWham before he could charge out. So seeing a lot of value off that ball. I mean, that's what you get when you have a Masters ball player on your team. So
As such an independent tank player, he can make so much individual value. That's what he's so strong at.
wait, is he Masters or Diamond?
He's Masters level player.
Oh, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So we see here only a couple more pushes now coming on the side of King Pebble. And ooh, 2 big bombs. Even though he didn't get the slam there, he did take out 2 with his Iron Brew's bombs there. El Dorado cleaning up Sam DeWham. And 60 seconds remaining on the clock. We'll see if Pebbles in Paradise can take any swaps here or just kind of group up to kind of bully their way through to this point. As we see Sam DeWham does swap over to the Orisa here. Mr. Trifecta holding on to that grab. It could prove very helpful here in this next fight. King Pebble with his ult as well on that window. And Sauce Boss coming in with a Blizzard here. And a Shatter coming out. Huge Shatter coming out from Hefty.
Uh-oh, it might not make it out.
And now we see Iron Brew frozen in that grab. Not much follow-up on that grab, which is unfortunate. Felt a little rushed. But one person on point as Triage is trying to do what he can to be on point. And it looks like it might not be quite enough. They got to swap over and get to the point as fast as they can. Only 3 seconds. Ejinx with a huge pick there on Trifecta to deny that point equity. Zenphony takes this one in style.
No, it's great plays there by Zenphony.
Just fantastic. Just single player playing and also just like full team just concentrating on what they had to do. You see Popmaster taking out and having a triple kill with help from his friends. And Ejinx with 11 scoped critical hits with 52% scoped accuracy. Not too bad there. Iron Brew with 61% average energy. And King Pebble doing 24% of his team's healing. So we will move on to the next match.
You really just gotta take care of the ball.
Yeah,
Every single fight he was in the same spot. He slammed out the roof and got a pick and rolled out. At least one pick. If he didn't have mines,
I play with
I'll
Iron
just
Brew all the time, and
murdering people.
I feel
been
that
playing
I'm
with him a lot.
a strong player, and he still beats me very strong. I mean, that hero is designed to do what he does with it, and that's why he's so powerful with it, is that he gets individual picks where people are not paying attention. There's not enough team play. There's not enough coming back to peel. There's not enough healing that happens in those back areas. If you
Yeah.
let Iron Brew do what hamsters do, he will win the game for you without you having to do anything. Period.
And a lot of people don't realize too that any CC at all is gonna throw ball off his groove. If you don't touch him, he's just gonna murder you all game long.
Yep.
But even in Orisa pull just to mess him up for a second because he thinks he's coming in to make space or do something helpful for his team or even get a pick, and it just gets denied. Even for 3 seconds, that might be enough time for your team to get a pick.
Right. Fat damage does nothing to him. He's got an ability that
Yeah.
gives him health. He doesn't care about the damage. What he cares about is losing speed. If he can't use speed, then he's in trouble.
He doesn't get that 30% rollout.
Yeah, he can't touch all the places that he wants to touch. He can't hit everybody that he wants to hit. He can't do his combo, which can do more than a 200 damage before you touch the ground if they've got good tracking. But that requires that your supports are extremely on top of their game, not using utility too quickly, that your DPS, if you have DPS that are using those kinds of,
I really like I specialize McCree, but I really like playing against when I'm McCree. It's almost like a 50-50 whenever he catches me off. If he's in ball mode, I'm dead. But if he peeks his head up, I might have a chance. But whenever he swings in, I like to stun him as he's in the slam animation. You never seen somebody look so flustered because they think they're about to pound out and roll out, and then they just slowly, like a feather to the ground, just coming down, waiting to take all the damage.
Unfortunately, I'm a high damage dealer, and he shuts me down often, and it's obnoxious.
Now we do have the R coming out from Zenphony. If you did miss it on stream, we are moving to Eckenwald. This will be our third map of the night. Keep in mind, if Zenphony does win this map, we will not play a map 4.
Yeah, possibly the last map of the night.
So this could be the last map of the night if Zenphony does hold Eckenwald in this hybrid map. We have R's from both teams. We will go first, or we will go forward, excuse me.
Going first.
Going first, yes.
I mean, technically we are going first, but
I'm kind of upset we're not getting to see Zarathustra's Road tonight, but that's okay.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
Was King's Row an option and nobody voted for it?
No, it wasn't. It was not an option.
disgraceful.
It was not an option.
Just
Not
check.
an option this week.
Next week, though, it'll be Kings Road, Blizzard World, or Eckenwald.
King's Row is one of those maps that nobody complains about.
Oh, I don't complain about it. Ask Fox M about that.
I know. Zarathustra's Road is literally the
I've heard the legend.
I have to talk about it every time because it's my only rise to fame. So
You're still the most decorated member in the league, at least
I
up to
am.
this
I
season.
do have the most rings. Up to this season, it could change.
It could change. If Shaka Khan wins, he will pass, or he'll be even with you.
Yeah. Also, if Bang at My Drums wins, he would be even with me.
I actually think if I win, I might be even with you too.
Perhaps. I have 3.
I've got 4.
So.
No, I have 3.
You have 3?
Yeah, I won my first season, and then 2 seasons
I was with you that
as
season.
captain. Yeah.
And I was with you one of this. No. I was with you when we won first season, and then when we won as a team when you were captaining.
And then did I get second?
You did because it was me and Cardis.
Balls.
Yeah.
Zenphony number 5 with a really familiar comp here, and Pebbles reaching a little bit further with the Sombra. I like that for the ball. With the Ana, the Orisa, the Hog, there's a whole lot of CC going on right now. Let's see if they can shut him down.
And we do have Pebbles and Paradise attacking first as they are rushing straight into point with that speed. As they are going far left side to point. Kind
Goodbye,
of catching
Hanzo.
Zenphony offline. And Ejinx with a big pick off right there. Shushu for taking him out. The Iron Brew evening the field. Shushu for taking out Chris as well as Pop. Wow.
Man, Hanzo, slow down, buddy.
I thought I was the Hanzo specialist in the league. Fuck me, I guess.
Hefty doing
Oh,
some
never
work now,
mind.
picking out 3. As Hefty says no more Hanzo as he takes out 4 personally on the side of King Pebbles. Or Pebbles in Paradise, excuse me. And Hefty putting in some work there with the Reinhardt as we see him already at Shatter as well.
It's just the strength of tanks, man. Tanks win games, and that is right there
Definitely.
why.
Unfortunate but true.
And watch Hefty. He's going from the top rope slam here. This should be
it's
it.
gonna be massive.
And it is. So huge.
Oh,
Oh.
Throw the mines down for disrespect.
Oh, Sam DeWamp, the only one making it out, but it will end up being a team kill there.
no.
And wow, Hefty, he's showing it off. He knows, man. Yeah, man, live your fame, live your fame.
Yeah, that was a great play by Hefty right there. Gotta admit.
Throwing the mines down for the disrespect there was
What's gonna be
Iron
interesting is if they hold it a second time and he does it.
twice.
'Cause he will. Hefty's like Iron Brew. They don't care. They
do
just
it
do
again.
it.
The tank lineup for Zenphony number 5 really has been the pop-off. I was making this prediction,
Absolutely.
and this has been where it goes.
That's
Popmaster
been
and
a
stuff have
theme
been
for
great.
all of their games.
Yep.
Oh, Hefty getting pulled in.
He will get saved though, as he does have enough shield to back out there. And we do see a dragon on the side of Shushifuth with Pebbles and a Nano Boost coming in. So we could see Electric Roadhog here.
I would love to see a Nano Hanzo. I would love it.
Ejing's taking out Triad with a big bomb there. Hefty, no more shield. Ejing's just popping off here for a second. Really taking care of business as Chris Helms takes out 2 with his Coalescence. A big Coalescence there from Chris Helms.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pebbles and Paradise, they're just kind of regrouping slowly and not regrouping as a team right now.
Exactly.
They've got to be all together. All 6 of them are very strong together, but they have to be together. And right now we've seen a bunch
I feel like
of
there's a
trickle.
little bit of tunnel vision whenever they're pushing too, because it's either the Reinhardt or the ball, but somebody's hitting them and they're never ready for it.
Yeah, Sauceboss has got to find that ball and shut him down when he goes into the back line. He also needs to play a defensive Sombra. Don't go for the aggressive play. Wait for him to come in.
And that's exactly what he's doing. On the flank. Oh! Sauceboss with the hack! Said my shatter to Hefty.
But
And they're gonna take it with that. Possibly. We still got Eyebrow on the point.
yeah, Sauceboss didn't get the hack where he needed it, though. It was a good try, but he's got to use that EMP to catch either both tanks or to catch the ball. I think the ball is he's the key in this little composition.
I would personally solo EMP Iron Brew.
Yes, I would too.
Here comes with the slam.
And that's why they're just too slow to regroup.
And that's exactly what happened. It was just a little bit too late.
Yep. Good try by Sauceboss.
Looking like Zenphony number 5 about to take it.
Or at least a whole defense for first map. They're gonna hold him all the way. No ticks taken. This could be a quick game for our last map of the evening.
Score.
I just realized I've been talking and muted this whole time.
I was
That's
wondering.
really cool.
I'm not used to
That is
trying to
really
do
cool.
play-by-play, but thank you.
I'm so sorry. I was like, why are they talking over me? But
Not because we wanted that.
okay, so back to where we were. So yeah, a huge play there at the end to defend that whole way. They did not get any ticks there on the side. They did try to back cap there right at the end. But it's looking like Zenphony number 5 is looking really good. I would not be surprised to see them come out with some very brawly, just high power octane comp just to run through their defense, or do something cheeky like a teleport, Mason teleport. It's something super cheeky just to try to get that quick tick on them.
I'm
Catch 'em
hoping.
off guard.
I'm hoping that the side of King or Pebbles in Paradise are gonna move straight to the point. I think it would
Oh.
be foolish for them to try to hold front.
Try to hold choke, absolutely. But we do see Ejinx now on that Pharah, and we saw what he did at Volskaya.
30 seconds.
So,
Yeah, and they've got no hit scan. They're gonna rely on Shushifuv's mastery of Hanzo and his lantern here that he's throwing out to get that
I'd like to
going
see
for
I'd
them.
like to see Mr. Trifecta get a really disrespectful hook on Ejinx right now. Nothing gets me more hyped up. I'm a 1,000-hour hog player,
Oh my god.
that's one of the best.
4, 3,
I barely passed 1,000 hours with Hanzo. What the heck?
attackers incoming.
console doesn't count.
Defend objective.
Oh, it counts. It counts a hog. It counts a hog. It wouldn't count with anybody who you have to actually aim with.
See Iron Brew on the
See that.
fat flank right here.
Big flank.
Looks like they're gonna let Ejinx go forward Start
So
poking.
they actually encouraged him to go to point there.
See,
Comes
these
the
first few
ball.
picks are going to be huge. See, the Emor already being
Frozen.
forced
Let's see if they
out.
can kill him.
Be
He
all
just
about
taking
the
out-
initial
Amber.
picks.
And here we go, Shushifu popping off, trying to taking out 3 here, both supports and main tank.
Yeah. That's where the play is much more favored in Hanzo there. They want them to go out into the open, right? Hanzo
Exactly.
can get value when you can't move aggressively around corners and things like that. That's what he's looking for, although a great 4K by Shushifu.
Absolutely, just to kind of thwart that defense. It started with, or that offense, excuse me. It started with the 2 big picks on the supports there. So we see them kind of coming up a more traditional way. Popmaster taking out King Pebble.
That could
That's
be
their opening.
dangerous. That could be dangerous here for.
That is their opening. Iron Brews
Pebbles in
charging in.
Paradise.
Trying to make some value out of this. Triage getting very low, popping that rally. We see Ejinx and Hefty taking out Ejinx.
Ejinx
doing
about to
work
have an
here.
early barrage.
That's gonna
I
be
don't
the game.
think he's gonna need it. Let's see now.
Yep.
And that's gonna be it. Wow, great games there from Zenphony. Just really taking names there to push to that point. And even though they had that first fight loss, the defense was so good they didn't need it. So we see Hefty now with the play of the game.
I hope it's the one.
Yeah, it is.
It's the one.
go.
Yo, no spray before though.
And it was going
Oh!
Oh my
Gets
Sombra
the
was a
Sombra.
bonus.
Yeah.
Sombra was a bonus. Oh man, and
plus
that was
one.
just disgusting. See Hefty with the 18 kill streak with 21 elims. Iron Brew 12 pile driver kills, and Eldorado with 21 defensive assists. King Pebble also doing 22% of his healing team with 4,700. So great match, great showing from the #1 seed there. I have no complaints. I think they solidified their spot at #1, just in my opinion.
Oh, is
Just the
Zenphony
tank
number 1
play.
currently?
They are currently
I
number
thought,
1.
I thought Pebbles in Paradise was first. I'm so sorry.
They are currently number. Let me check the most recent
Yeah,
standings
check that
to
thing,
see.
'cause I don't remember.
With that win, they should be #1. I believe they were tied with somebody.
They may have been. Let me check. It looks like Zenphony #1 was in first with 12 map wins and 5 map losses. Sailor Poon was second with 13 wins and 6 map losses. So they did edge out Sailor Poon there right at the end. Cold Hard Facts at 11, but Pebbles and Paradise sitting in 4th. They have 7 map wins and 9 map losses. I can't read very well. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
6.
the tank play is just so dominant from Zenphony, honestly. It's going to force most teams to play anti-tank comps. You're going to have to run Symmetra. You're going to have to run Mei, even if you don't have a specialist at at those heroes. Play somebody that's going to get value against that hamster, because he's just crushing people through.
I remember talking to Hefty for probably a solid 6 months and telling him that he needed to get a PC. He needed to get a PC. He needed to get one. And he was just like, oh man, I don't know. It's a little bit too much money. And I remember the first day he got on, he was just like, I'm never going back. So I'm glad we got him over here and we got him into the Overwatch League. He's definitely a great tank player. Believe it or not,
So-
Hefty used to main Hanzo on console.
A
And
man
was-
after
He
Fox
was
and Heart.
kind of terrible, but he found me, grinded down.
So with that, just as a recap, Zenphony did take the match with 3 wins and or 3 map wins, excuse me. But big props to
0
Pebbles and
losses.
Paradise. They did do a great job tonight. Good showing from both teams.
Agreed.
It was a lot more even than I thought the scoreboard says. So great showings from both teams. But I think that will do it. Do we have any questions in the Twitch chat? I actually do not have it pulled up. Right now.
No questions currently. Looks like a bunch of yeeting letters into the chat,
yes.
which is classic.
Of course. It would not be a showing of the Find Me Alpha Overwatch League without chat spam. Don't get banned by Nightbot though.
He's online. He messaged me. If you saw at the beginning of the chat,
messaged me.
he messaged me and said, "Hey, you sexy beast." And although he's false that I'm not a sexy beast, you gotta watch out for him.
You told me.
Nightbot is Mrs. to your girl.
All right. Well, with that, I think we are going to wrap up for the evening. Thank you very much. This has been Zarathustra, joined by my co-host Juice and FoxM. Say thanks to them in the chat, and we will see you guys tomorrow night. I do not know who's playing tomorrow night.
I am playing tomorrow night with Untitled Goose Team, but I do not know who we are playing
Well, that-
against.
We are playing against each other. Cold Hard Facts versus Untitled Goose Team.
Oh, is tomorrow our game, Fox?
It is the first game
You
against
better-
you and I.
better buckle in, baby.
all right. Well, that's going to be all of us for us tonight. Thank you guys for stopping in, and have a great rest of your evening.